Hey everybody, Tin Man here, back with another showcase for you. Today we're looking at my latest pickups. Now I haven't bought a lot lately. I have been buying a lot of movie soundtracks lately. Yes, I love my movie soundtracks. I buy it from my other channel, Splatter Plastic. Check it out if you like horror movie vinyl soundtracks. That's the channel to go to. Failing that, I've only bought a few, but they're decent. So I'll show you what I've got so far. So the first up is Madball Dropping Many Suckers reissue. I got it because it's a different front cover than the other one. Now, I wasn't originally planning on picking this up, but my band played a gig in Leicester recently. Shout out to Mike for putting the gig on. And this guy turned up, this young lad, he's only a young lad, he turned up on this, he had boxes on a trolley, like a car, and he came to the gig and he was like, "Are you alright, mate?" He goes, "Oh, I shouldn't have come across town with all this. Thought it was a good idea." I was like, "Oh, bless him." Anyway, he came in, I didn't know what it was. He brought it in, and then lo and behold, it was a distro. It was his own little merch cart, and he had all the vinyl laid out, and had cassettes and CDs and stuff like that. And I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." All the vinyl was all in poly bags. It was all in pristine condition. I was like, "Wow, this is amazing!" Like a little tiny little pub in Leicester, Duffy's Bar. It was a little Irish pub, and he had this stuff laid out. And I looked through, and he had this, and he had the other thing that I bought as well. So I saw this, and I was like, "Yeah, I love Dropping Many Suckers." It's one of my favourite Madball releases, and it's a reissue, and it's, like I say, slightly front cover. It's more zoomed in front cover. Because it had different artwork, I was like, go on then. So that's the front, that's the back. The back is very much different, same tracks. It's on the BNB label. The only snag I will say about this is that, yeah, no inlay. The original has an inlay, and the inlay has the lyrics on it, and this one didn't have it, which is a bit lazy, to be honest. It's a bit lazy. It'd take, what? It wouldn't take long to print a little inlay. If you've done the effort of doing the card, the whole cover, especially with new images, you could do an inlay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But there you go. Slightly different than the original. I say slightly different. It's quite different, to be honest. And then, of course, on the other side, it's the Madball. There you go. But yeah, I wanted to get it. I believe there's different colours. Yeah, if I come across them, I'd try and get them, but I'm not actively looking. I just saw it and I was like, cool, man, it's a reissue and it's different artwork. Sucker for different artwork, me. Absolutely. Can't get this bloody thing back in. Can you believe it? Finally, it's gone in. Jesus. So yeah, happy to have it. Haven't spun it yet. Don't know if it sounds any different, but yeah, it's a cracking release by Madball anyway. So I've Dropped Many Suckers reissue. What year is it? Doesn't even state. That's not good, is it? Does it have a date on the thing there? No year on it. It's recent anyway. But there you go. That's the first one. And the other thing in there, distro, he had. Oh, the vinyl's not in the thing. Let's just leave the vinyl there. He had this, which I never actually picked up before. It's Gnostic Front's My Life, My Way. Never heard this album. I'll admit to you guys now, I haven't spun this yet, and I haven't actually listened to it. This was after Warriors. Warriors was I'm a big fan of the Warriors album. It's the same lineup as well. So you've got Joe and you've got Steve as well, who eventually left. And I never picked it up. I never listened to it. I don't know why. But anyway, he had it there. It was a nice press. And he did them both for a mega deal. It was a distro, and bless him. And I was like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah, man, yeah." He had a card reader and everything. So he did me a great deal on both of these records. So this was the AF's My Life, My Way. There's the back cover. I haven't heard this album yet. Well, I'll admit I need to listen to it. It's probably a superb album, but I haven't listened to it. What I love about AF is every album is different. So many styles. I've mentioned this before on the channel when I've done other AF videos, that if you want a different flavour of AF, you've got at least got a different album to go. If I want the heavy side of AF, you go for something like Warriors, or you go for something like what was it? Cause for Alarm, that sort of thing. Or if you want something a bit more punky, you go with the Riot Upstart. That name escapes me. Need that on vinyl, definitely, and the one before it. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy to have it. Haven't listened to it. It's by Rebellion, and it's produced by Freddie from Madball. So on the gatefold is the lyrics. There, you can hardly hear me. There's the gatefold. There's a picture of the band there. That's showing you it's the same lineup. Oh no, it's not actually. No, it's not. Steve had already left by this point. Is it Steve? I think it's Steve. You got Pokemo on the drums. yeah, Pokemon from Leeway. He's an alright drummer. I'm not knocking him, but he wasn't the other guy. The other guy was top notch. Yeah, he was. I mean, he's a great player, like I say, but you know, maybe this is why I haven't listened to it. I don't know. So that's the record anyway. The vinyl. Oh, this was another reason why I wanted to get it. Take it out of its poly bag. Is this side A? This is side A. That's side A. Look at this. Oh, look at that. A beautiful marble style. Look at that. That's very nice. It fitting with the front cover, absolutely. Pristine, brand new condition. Side A, side B, totally different. Look at that. Wow. I love that. I love how it's different. The way it changes. Got a few records that do that. I think it's really clever how it's just the opposite side of the press of the plastic, isn't it? But the way it does it, it's just so smart. Yeah. Happy to have. We'll start spinning it soon. Haven't got around to it, but I will. So, put that back in there. Safety. Safety, safety. There you go. So AF's My Life, My Way. There you go. Next pickup. This was a gift. This was a birthday gift off my buddy Liam from my other show, Splatter Plastic. It was my birthday, and he bought me this. He rang me up. He was in Liverpool. He was looking through all the record shops in Liverpool. And I said, if you ever find anything, let me know. Ring me. Just ring me. Doesn't matter where I am. And he rang me. He goes, I found this album. Do you want it? I was like, yes, get it. And then he was like, it's your birthday. You can have it for your birthday. So this is a birthday gift off my mate Liam. And it's finally here on vinyl. It's Angel Dust by Faith No More. Been after this forever. For some reason, the original goes for silly money. And I don't want to really spend silly money on it, although it's an album that's worth it. Quite happy with a reissue. This is a reissue. I think it was, nearly 40, which is good enough for me. But Angel Dust is a monumental start in the change in Faith No More. Once Mike Patton, I've said this before, but the real thing was he was like, I'm keeping it steady here. I want to make sure I stay in this band. And then by this album, it was like, I'm going to do some writing here. And it's like, you can see that this is the start, isn't it? This album is, this is in a lot of people's top 10 Faith No More albums or top 10 albums of all time. And I understand why, because it is bloody good. So there you go. Front cover, Angel Dust. Back cover, classic back cover there. With this one is double disc, so you basically get the album on side 1, side 2, all the classics. Land of Sunshine, Caffeine, it's one of my favourites. Midlife Crisis, obviously. Everything's Ruined, Kindergarten, Be Aggressive, Small Victory, Smaller and Smaller, brilliant. But on the side 3 and side 4 you get Easy, Midnight Cowboy, you get The World Is Yours outtake, and then you get some live stuff, and you get Let's Listen to the Landlord, As the Worm Turns. So it's totally different. It's a gatefold. What have we got? The band there and some Gumph. Bit of a lackluster gatefold, to be honest. Because I'm in the world of movie soundtracks, the gatefolds are always wow. And when you have something that just has like Gumph and pictures, it's a bit of a Larry letdown. But there again, it's a metal band from the, it's a metal album from the 90s. What can they put in it, really? So there you go. And there's all the singles down there. That's nostalgic. I've got some of these. I don't have them all. But yeah, I've got like that one. I've got that one, I think. Yeah, there's memories. Memories. I never got into Faith No More when everyone was getting into Faith No More. When Faith No More exploded, I was kind of like, no, didn't do it for me. We weren't heavy enough. I was into heavier stuff. And then after Faith No More had already made it big, and we were on to probably the next album, King for a Day, that's when I was like, oh, that's when I picked them up. So it's on beautiful reissue black vinyl, dead thick. Must be 180 gram. Look at that. Yeah, thick as anything. Beautiful inner labels there. Exactly as it is, reissue as it should be. Very nice. Put that one back. Nice inner poly bags there on black. Very nice. I'll put that one there. We won't try and put it back. It'll take forever. And then the other one, obviously, is going to be the same, but I'm going to show you, because continuity. Side 3 and side 4. There you go. Beautiful. Great album. Absolutely. Well happy to have it. Cheers, Liam, buddy. Nice one for that. Absolutely made up to have that one. Yeah, I just need Album of the Year and Soul Invictus, and I've got all the Mike Patton era, and I'm happy with that. Yeah. So there you go. Faith No More, Angel Dust. What an album. Okay, last one. This one Been after this one for a long time. For some reason, it always went for silly money, and I don't understand why. Maybe it's because it was on Earache. And Earache, well, now they like to repress everything, you know, to try and like get all the money. But this one doesn't seem to have been repressed at all, and it is Pitchshifter's Infotainment. Great album. Now, if you're a Pitchshifter fan of the early stuff, then this probably be a bit on the verge of commercial. I get it. You know, the early stuff is very industrial. I do like the early stuff. I've got Desensitized. I haven't got the other stuff on vinyl, but I've had the other stuff on CD in the past, Submit and stuff like that. And they've just released the Peel sessions on vinyl, which definitely is worth picking up. But this one I've been after this one for a long time. This era was when I saw them. So I would have seen these in 90, what album's this? 96, 97? Yeah, this is when we saw them. They played the TIV, our local venue, and it was Above All, and it was Pitchshifter, and it was £2 entry. I still have the ticket stub up there. £2 entry, £1 for Above All, and £1 for Pitchshifter, and it was one of the greatest gigs I'd ever experienced. The energy, it was so good. It was so good, and there's a major story about a guy who got hurt during this Pitchshifter gig. I'm going to have to do a Pitchshifter showcase and I'll tell you about it then, because, oh my God, it's unbelievable. But I got this on Discogs. Now, he sold it cheaper than he probably didn't realise what he had, to be honest. And he sold it cheaper than he should have, because there is the slight warp in there. So it got wet, apparently. So there's ever so slight warping on the bottom. Nothing to write home about. I can cope with that. It's not a problem. You know, it's just a cover. But there's the classic front cover. There's your back cover. Now, you got classic tracks on this. Underachiever, We're Behaving Like Insects, Virus, Product Placement, Blood, Sweat, Saliva. That's a great one. I'm sure Lou from Sick of It All does the live thing on that beforehand, because Blood, Sweat, very much like Blood, Sweat, No Tears. Hangar 84, Whiteout, Phoenixology. Was very surprised to find out that the samples from the CD version. On the CD you had like 2 tracks full of samples, and they were free to use. They were called free samples. Got it on CD here somewhere, and they're not on it. Not that I want them. I'm not going to do anything with the vinyl versions, but it's just weird how they're not on there. But anyway, yeah, I'm so happy to have this. It's one of my favourite Pitchshifter albums. Like I say, I saw them so into them at this era. Okay, so you get this really small inlay card. Now this has this obviously got wet as well. Can you see the slight warping on it? It's not a problem. And there you go. So this is the last album where John JS did his rough vocals. After this, they went into the more melodic-y vocals, which I wasn't a fan of. This album was like the end for me of like scratchy vocally Pitchshifter, and there you go. And that was it. On Earache as well, yeah, like I was saying. So this is why it's probably not been repressed. But vinyl itself is on nice black. Let's take it out of the poly bag. Vinyl's in absolutely spot on condition. There's a slight bit of bubbling on the inner label there, right by where the bit goes through the middle, but nothing to write home about at all. Look at that. Look at them inner labels. Superb. Pitchshifter. Vinyl's in beautiful condition. And this is what the CD print was, and it's the family there. And that's it. Yeah, man, Infotainment. God, it takes me back. I put it on, I spanned this the other day, and it just took me straight back to the 90s. Absolutely. I should do a 90s retrospective, like of all the albums, like top 10 90. Ooh, that's a good one. Top 10 90s albums for me. God, I'd have a load. It'd be on for about half an hour, easily. Maybe 40 minutes. Anyway, put that back in there, keep it safe, because it's quite rare. So yeah, Infotainment, superb stuff. So there you go. That were my latest pickups. I left it at Liam's house. Was at Liam's house the other day, and he gifted me a Sepultura 7-inch. It's Roots Bloody Roots on red vinyl with Symptoms of the Universe as the B-side, and I left it at his house, otherwise I'd show you that, but I've got that as well. But that is it. I haven't bought as many vinyl metal albums, hardcore albums lately, but I will be buying more soon. So if you've enjoyed it, stick around and we'll do it again. Until then, take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Cheers.